Right, so question 6. It says here, you are given that f of x is equal to 4x cubed minus 3x plus 1. Use the factor theorem to show that x plus 1 is a factor of that. So the factor theorem says simply that if I put the value of x being minus 1 in this case into this, it should come out as 0. And that would then prove that x plus 1 is a factor, and that's your factor theorem. Okay, so put minus 1 into that. Minus 1 cubed is minus 1, so it's minus 4. That's plus 3, because obviously that minus and minus plus 1. So that does become 0. So therefore that is a factor. So that's the first part. And then the second part, it says solve to find the equation where x equals 0. Okay, I like this sort of question. This is nice. Lots of different ways of doing this, by the way. And I do like dividing out. I really do like that method, but I know a number of you don't. So let's try and work out how I can show you how this works. And I wonder if there's a really neat way to do this. Let's just try this. Okay, let's just try this. I'm going to try and work out how I can do this. Let's just see. I need here, I need a 4x squared to make that. Okay, but I then also have a 4x squared here, and I want a 0x squared here. You see, this is really powerful. Let me redo this again, because I think I'm onto something here. Let's just see, because always with these ones, you have to think here, it's this, and the answer, it doesn't show it, and this is partly the problem. Oops, that's a 3 there. You haven't got the square here. Okay, so I'm going to say 0x squared minus 3x plus 1. So I'm going to try something here, see what happens. Bear with and come with. So I need 4x squared to make that, but then I get an extra 4x squared and I need to go to there, so I need to minus 4x, because that then makes that minus 4x squared. But by doing that, I get then a minus 4x, and I need to get to minus 3x, so I need to now add another 1 from minus 4 to plus 1, and I get that, and I end up with that. Now, okay, kind of scary how I did that. There are lots of ways to do this. I like my dividing, but this kind of worked. This kind of worked. Let's quickly go through again. I wanted to get to 4x cubed, so I knew to times that by 4x squared. But if I times that by 4x squared, of course I've got to times that by 4x squared. And I end up with an extra 4x squared, but I don't want that. I want to get rid of that. So I need to therefore, because I've got 0 here, I need to times this by 4x, because then that nullifies the 4x squared I get, because that's minus. But of course, I then get minus 4x, and I want minus 3x. So I need to bring 1 back in. So I need to times that by 1. That brings it back in. And then I get 1 times 1, which is what I want here. Boom. That's really kind of neat. Then I've got to try and factorize this one out. I see 2 2's everywhere. You know, you get a sense, don't you, with this, how it can work. So there is a really nice way to do this again, but you've got your form, you've got your calculators, but have you in this exam? Can't remember. So this is a nice way of doing it. There's 4, 4, but I'm going to do it this way. Risk it. And that's plus 1. So, oh, and it's minus. So I'm going to make them both minus 1s. Because of the symmetry here, you see, there's a symmetry. You might not know it, but there is a symmetry there. And this means I get minus 2x, boom, 4x squared plus 1. There you go. So therefore, for it, the question actually wanted me to solve this to equal 0. I've got repeated roots here, so I know that x is going to be -1.5, and they're my 2 solutions for that. And I kind of like what I did there. Kind of neat, hey? Right,